I've been in Sacramento for 13 years. I'm from the New England area, but I moved back, and it's now October. I'm, spending the whole summer just looking at everything. Last week, it was a Sabre 32. Everything looked fine. The mast was down, it was on the hard, and the hull looked fine. It needed a new prop. There was barnacles on the original two-blade prop. Whatever. Clean those off. Do a survey, check it out. But apparently it belonged to an 88-year-old sailor who got out of it, and he gave the boat away. That's the story I was told. I don't know any other details than that. But wow. I mean, this is a $30,000 boat all day long. In that condition, what it appeared to me to be barely used condition. Stove was never used. The galley looked like it hadn't been used at all. The refrigerator was spotless. The cushions were firm. The hull appeared to be fantastic. I knocked around with a screwdriver end, and I did not hear any issues. I'm not an expert, but you know a good boat when you see it. Rigging looked fine. Mast looked fine. Spreaders, I mean, it was all down, so I got to go through it. Stanchions, all the hardware. Pedestal binnacle was fine, sturdy. 36-inch wheel. Compass was fine. Had two electronics. We had an analog wind anemometer, and then he had a depth finder. So definitely old school sailor. Doesn't need electronics. Doesn't need a chart plotter. Probably lived in the area his whole life. Gave the boat away. Nice closet there, hanging lockers, drawers, forward cabin looked fine, the cushions were still had some life in them. Really good woodwork here, and the head, no weird smells, and minimal, but it seemed to be fine. So it's a little frustrating, somebody who's getting back into it and doesn't have a lot of money, to see $30,000 boats, $20,000 boats given away, $5,000 boats given away. I doubt anyone ever slept on that boat. I don't know. It just felt like it was not used. I'm blown away at this boat, and they're going to basically crush it. They're going to rip it apart and crush it. So the anchor bay looks super clean. I mean, look at that. No windlass, and I wonder if he even used the anchor, but that looked great. Mast looked straight and clean. No real issues as I could see on sort of a quick visual inspection. The rolling furler looked in great shape. I mean, we haven't used it, so we don't know, but the rigging looked fine. The shrouds looked fine. One of the base plates, I was told, was leaking. Standard sort of Sabre mast from the 80s. Spreader looked fine. We'll have a rigging surveyor inspect it, of course. Overall, I was impressed with the condition of this 34-year-old boat. Well done, Sabre. Gooseneck looks, used. I think he sailed it a bit, but, more hardware looking fine. And, I couldn't find anything wrong with this boat. So there's the Dodger mounting holes for that hardware. Looks like it's been ripped out. Door aids are covered up. Um, you know, it's probably all original. I love the cockpit. I love the T-shaped cockpit to be able to get to those winches quickly. Stanchions seem pretty solid. Lifelines. This Lumar was sticky, so that definitely needs to be taken apart in service. That's not really a big deal. I like the way everything was set up. I like the combing. I like the teak work, which looked fine, just needed to be cleaned up for its age. Lazarettes, the engine ignition panel. A couple old basic life jackets. I don't know, whatever that was, a seat or something. Fire extinguishers, a new line there. Double braided. Good shape, my favorite color. And, you know, it just needs to be cleaned. The lazarette, just a hose, you'll wash down. You know, felt good. I like the depth, or the height of the combing and the depth of the cockpit. Loved the helm. Felt really sturdy. Do not like that ugly old compass base plastic that's around it. Drink holders from the 80s. How about that? Table's basic. You know, just looking at the tracking was, I mean, hard to really inspect it here, but I didn't bring my tripod, so I was hand holding. But there's always a surface you can make a tripod out of. So yeah, just liked the whole vibe, and that's really important when you're choosing a boat. You know, it felt right. It felt comfortable. I mean, it felt like this is in my top 3 boat designs that I've been on. Really want to get on a caliber 33 or 35, neither which I can afford, but really like that brand, Caliber Yachts out of Clearwater, Florida. This Sabre out of Maine felt fantastic, and you know, loved it. There's water in there. So what? This is screwed in. I mean, water heater. What we got over here? Nothing. Owner shits. Lock plugs. Guessing. Dry as a bone. Alright, and look at that. That would be the Dodger. No leaks. This wood's in great shape. Alright, so the single sink. Owner's manual. Parts. Owner's manual. Wow. Disgusting. Storage. Table obviously goes down. Seat there. Under here we got what? Water tank. All right. Break my glasses getting in here. All right, so there's an opening port. Where's the shower? That's the shower. About that. This is small. Well, that's a thin topside. Locker. Smaller, but here's one of the sails. Sail cover. All right. So. It's all seized up. Yeah. This bad boy look. Just taking a peek through 150% Genoa. And that smells like the holding tank, which is underneath the forward cabin. Stateroom. So let's just do this. All right, Sabre 32. I would guess an 84, 85, somewhere in the 80s. Interior appears to be in great shape. Bilge is full. As it goes, let's have a go. I mean, that's certainly big enough. Sleep there. It's just 6 feet.